So just a block away from my house is an elementary school. So for students in this area, busing really is not an issue. In fact, every morning my dogs have a field day barking at students as they walk to school, often accompanied by their parents, younger siblings in strollers or on bikes, and the family pet. However, not all students have that availability. Now, when we're talking about the school bus and we're talking about data and how we can use the bus as that iconic educational symbol, we can go a step further. Erfurt talks about access, achievement, and attainment data. And let's talk about what this looks like in regards to a school bus. Let's start with access. So Erfurt talks about, is access being given to students? Well, with the iconic symbol of a school bus, let's just talk logistically and practically. Can all students get on the bus? Is it accessible for students who are differently abled? Is everybody who's eligible to ride the bus allowed to get on the bus? How far do they have to travel to the bus stop? Is it equitable? And how are families and caregivers informed about the bus routes? Is it done in a way that they can understand? Is it simply put on a website or only in English? That's what access is all about. Is it able, are students able to get what they need to be successful in school? Now let's take a look at the next type of data that Erfurt talks about, that being attainment. Now, attainment usually has some kind of a milestone, such as graduation from high school in 4 years is a really good example. What does that mean for our bus example? Well, are students getting where they need to go? Does the bus go to school like it's supposed to? Are they reaching their destination in a timely fashion? And are they making this journey on a regular basis? Sometimes we know that other factors like attendance is impacted. And then the third type of data that Erfurt talks about is that of achievement data. So when we look at achievement data, we're looking at things like test scores, standardized grades, marking period, or even grades on a particular test for a particular subject. Now, if we look at our bus, we may know that most of our students reach their destination. They attain the goal of where they were headed. But do they do it with the same amount of support? Do they do it smoothly? Are they able to do it in a way that prepares them for their best possible day once they get off that bus? Now, when we take a look at the ASCA data types and we compare it to that bus one more time, it's pretty easy. First of all, we have ASCA's participation data. As school counselors, that helps us know who we're working with. It helps us to know who it is that's on that bus, how many students are there, what we're doing, what are they doing, for how long are they riding. We can then look at the mindsets and behaviors as, okay, what issues might there be? For instance, are there problems on the bus? Mindsets and behaviors help us to know whether or not students are competent in a particular area, and it guides our instruction. So if we're looking at a bus, what part of this experience needs to get better? We can focus on it. We can set goals. And then obviously the outcomes are that. Outcomes are largely that access, attainment, and achievement data. Those are the things that we measure to identify where help is needed, and they're also the areas that tell us how students are different as a result of the school counseling program. So initially, I had contacted the local school district to film in front of a real bus, and it took them a while to get back to me. But I hope that this analogy woven throughout this lesson has been helpful for you. We know that the journey from kindergarten through 12th grade for students, in some instances pre-K through 12th grade, is one that's full of bumps and stops, sometimes breakdowns. But we know that their staff ready, willing, and able to support that work. And through school counselors using data, we're able to make sure that those efforts help all students, no matter their socioeconomic status, the color of their skin, the size of the district, whether it's rural, suburban, or urban, get to that final destination of being college and career ready upon high school graduation.